Now I'd like to move on to as we say in Australia, hoary perennials, and in particular, I'd like to start with the issue of structuring of enterprises, and in particular, your thoughts on whether one should worry about that too much early on, or is that something you solve later, or how you go about it.
Yeah, so it's pretty simple. Um, well, at least for us. So the typical way is you have an international, your mother company or whatever, and depending on where you're domiciled, you might want to restructure into a Hong Kong or a Singapore company. Usually not a U.S. company unless you're fundraising in the U.S. So you have your parent in a tax advantage, and
Yes.
then you might want your Australian company or whatever company underneath that. And
Yeah.
then you set up a wholly owned foreign entity called a WFI,
Yeah.
wholly owned foreign entity in China. Hopefully, just one of them. And then that entity can help you do most of the business that you're going to be able to do in China. So international companies are restricted from certain areas. So nobody's going to be doing a internationally owned streaming video business or anything like that. Media, a lot of financial services, that type of thing are limited. But for our companies, you can get the licenses that you need, not an ICP license, but an ICP registration, which is enough to get you your WeChat account, your payment set up, and will allow you to set up a website. You cannot really operate in China without setting up a WFI. So that's the first step. If you got your ducks in a row, you got all the documents together in one piece, and if you remember to use a black pen and not a blue ink pen when you sign the stupid thing, you can probably set up a company in about a month. Most companies that don't have a good agent or don't work with us, I've seen it take 2, 3, 5, 6 months. And then for us, we have some partnerships with local companies, and a lot of the launch pads and landing pads here also have similar type of relationships because they're partnered with a certain district or city, which kind of smooths the way. We resisted this for a long time because we didn't see the utility of partnering with some district in Xi'an or Chengdu or even the outskirts of Shanghai. We like it right where we are, right in the center of Shanghai. But we finally partnered with a district that's actually strategic to our cross-border market entry focus, which is Sanya in Hainan, which is kind of like the Hawaii of China.
Food's good there too.
50 five-star hotels, a lot of media, a lot of entertainment, a lot of travel. And it's also now, we went in 2017, now it's 2019, and they have a regulatory sandbox around blockchain. And we're according to TechCrunch, the #3 most active VC in blockchain in the world. So it's a good fit there. And with this Belt and Road thing, I guess Hainan is now some sort of hotspot. So that can be useful. You have